the shared link that you share with in Warpcaster, it automatically creates a frame so that it would say, mint this on Zora, or I'm looking right now, it's object.com. So OBJKT, right, .com. You can go and you can collect the NFT on object, or you can go look at the artist profile. It would be very simple for Sound XYZ or whoever, whatever platform is going to be hosting the NFT, the Sound NFT from your musical artist, to set it up so that it would be, if you share a link, Pixelia, that it would take the person to the Sound NFT. It would take them to their profile, or it could even take them to Ant and Radio. Are you feeling me?
That's fucking that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm feeling you. And to quote the Big Short movie, I'm jacked to my tits.
I mean, it's
You say
no, that
you
totally.
ever saw that movie, the Big Short?
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. Like what you're saying, it's like it's mind fucking me right now a little bit, because so far my experience with social platforms in the space, like they have not been the best, because they're all like they're trying to emulate something that doesn't need to be emulated in Web3. When you have all these tools, you don't need to imitate something that was built on different rules. Let's say, you know, why would you need to build an airplane as they were building propeller jets when you have turbine jets? It's okay to do it differently. So what you're describing to me right now, it's totally different from what I experienced. And I thought, based on what Milito said about Lens protocol, that it was something similar, but it was just like very hard to get yourself around it. And I tried to jump in myself, but like I had to get a tag and I had like an invitation wait. It just didn't make sense. So
So
I
the
just
main difference,
quit.
I would say, between Lens, I have spent very little time there, so I can't speak intelligently about that. But what I can tell you is I've been on Farcaster since January of 2023, so about 18 months now. Um, it is it's based, what they're writing it as is a series of protocols. So much like email, is a series of protocols. So as long as you conform to the protocols, it'll work, right? And it's permissionless, and it was done that way on purpose so that as many people can access the tools and bootstrap off of um, the other tools that other people have made. And I've seen some amazing things. Like, I'm going to try out Tip to Mint today. I'm going to start creating some art, and I'm going to offer it up so that anybody that wants a copy of this NFT that I'm working on sketching right now, they can pay one degen, and they can, they'll tip that to me. I'll collect that degen, and then I go to the Tip to Mint tool, and then boom, I just airdrop it to everybody. And I only have to pay gas once. It's really reasonable because it's on base. And it's a tool that was literally written in the last month, Pixelia. It was created very quickly, and it can be iterated also very quickly. So I would suggest giving it a try.
This is like a brand new platform, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And Dan Romero is, I think he was employee number 20 at Coinbase. So the guy understands, transaction. He understands a lot about the crypto space. And he's got other developers that are working for him. Uh, so yeah, it's built with crypto in mind.
It sounds to me like a game changer, Scott.
Well, I've been up here screaming about it for the last, I don't know how many fucking months, and Sinful finally
Look, dude,
drank the Kool-Aid.
I, I, this is something like I need to mention. I used to be verified, and I just said like let's fuck around with this and see what happens. Now I cannot see anybody. Like whenever you guys post, even if I have the like the bell on, sometimes it won't ring that you guys are posting.
Is this on Farcaster?
And no, this is on
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm being mossed like starship size mossed gigantically. Yeah, since I de-verified, like I stopped paying it. I'm just not seeing a lot of tweets from a lot of people, and I know that the same has been happening to myself because I never kept track of the like engagement or anything. But after I noticed that I wasn't getting the tweets from people that I was actively following and like notifications on and shit, so I went in and I checked. The first time I logged in, my account was blocked. I easily unblocked it, and ever since, like weird shit has been happening. So that's why I'm looking into different platforms, especially for the radio station because um, like music being copyrighted, when it's copyrighted, is the easiest way to get yourself blocked out of any platform, and it's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. And it seems to me that this platform allows you not only to stay on platform but also to give credit to whoever is making the music. So for me, it makes sense as a replacement option for Twitter. You know, not an alternative, but a replacement. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it, like anything in the space though, it's got a weird development cycle. It's not a centralized company. It is decentralized. So the it's highly iterative. The If you're a new user, it's hard to break through. Like, I don't know, Sinful, if you have your power badge yet, but there's a lot of people in the community, in the WAC community that I'm helping set up, that don't, and they've been there for like 3 months now. And if you don't have a power badge, then you're invisible. The reason why they set that up was to battle, bots, and there's loads of bots out there, but like, there's no real, there's no central authority, so they have to depend on permissionless ways to prove humanity. So it's like it's not perfect. If you were to start there today, and even if you had like 2,000 followers, that doesn't mean that you're going to immediately get the power badge. It depends on who you have following you and how they interact with you, and it takes a little bit of time. So I'd say, if you're at all interested, I'd start now and begin, building up your, your user base and your interactions with other people. And that's the thing, right? It's like we only have a certain amount of time in each day, so it's a significant uh, commitment of time, right? It's a high transactional cost for the amount of time that you would need to spend there to build that up. So yes, definitely something to check out, but it's not a yeah, you can't like buy your way into it like you could on Twitter. It's Yeah, it's built differently.
okay, but I'm just assuming on this, but I'm gonna assume that knowing you guys, both you and Sinful, if you're fucking around with it, you're also tutorialing, videoing the way around it. So I'm counting on your YouTube channel for it. Okay, so just feed it properly.
I have a new mission. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I mean, it's like, I think about the larger picture, right? Like what Pixeli is doing with Anton Radio, and building a radio station that supports independent creators, and on networks that are decentralized, and um, that are open, and where you can't be deplatformed. Those are all the main ingredients, for me anyway, that led me to Decentraland. And part of the reason why I've spent so much time on Farcaster lately is because, um, well, I can still scratch that itch, that I had that originally brought me to Decentraland. But if there are people that are like-minded and, um, you know appreciate those ingredients also, I can't encourage you enough to try it out. It's why I don't understand why there's crypto Twitter and all those people haven't just gone over to Lens or to Farcaster, because it's like, just because Elon loves Dogecoin and crypto right now, and you can buy your Tesla with Bitcoin. um, Dude is really subject to go off on a whim, right? And who's to say that, oh no, I totally hate it, and then he turns that spigot off, right? Just because he's your crazy person who's like pulling in the same direction you are, doesn't mean that he's not going to pull in a different direction. And that to me is, it's really
I,
telling.
I think proof of concept has a lot to do with it, Scott. Not only Elon. Like, proof of concept in Twitter is like very
What
important.
do you mean?
He has done changes, but in the end, it's just like Twitter is just Twitter. Like, the proof of concept is there, even if it sucked balls for a while. And Elon brought it back to better state. Like, Elon will die someday, and Twitter will change or will, beat something different or whatever. But the proof of concept is what triggers me in this conversation, because what you just described is basically like a blockchain Twitter, and that triggers me a little bit because the proof of concept is pre-built in there. Like it pre-exists. You don't need proof of concept on something that already exists, and it works to a point. Now, what if you put blockchain in the mix?
Were you on
You
Twitter,
just like,
Pixelia, when it first started?
yeah, it sucked balls. I left
Well,
it.
okay. So it started out at Odeo, right? Odeo, which was an audio
Yeah.
platform. So that totally makes sense that you would be one of the first people on there.
No, 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 not so far
Okay.
behind. When I started, it was like basic Twitter, no image, only characters.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, okay. You've seen the fail whale, right? Like that. That was the
Yeah,
joke. Everybody was trying to create a
yeah,
Twitter killer back when their servers kept crashing. My point is
yeah.
during that time, during the creation, the initial creation of Twitter, they had an open API, and I would write Python scripts so my Raspberry Pi, which had a camera on it, could take a picture of this yard sign that I had in front of my house, and people were always coming and fucking with my sign. So I put a motion sensor on it, and then if somebody came into my yard to fuck with my sign, it would post something on Twitter. It would post a picture. Um, you can't do that because the API isn't open anymore. What I would contend is that what Farcaster is now, its openness and its innovation, is what Twitter used to be. So you talk about proof of concept. It's like it's very much in the spirit of original Twitter.
When I say proof of concept, like, let's just take Scott as an example, right? Like, 15-year-old Scott, 20-year-old Scott, 35-year-old Scott, and current Scott. They're all Scott, and they're all different Scotts, right? So Twitter, like, for me, is the same. When I say proof of concept, I mean back then, today, maybe tomorrow. Like, I don't know when proof of concept in my concept will be broken, but as of now, let's call it a continuous proof of concept. Like, it had sucked balls at some point, and at some points it has, changed and improving a lot. But I think that Twitter will always be subject to, an accountability. This is a conversation that we've had so many times back in the day, like since we met each other, and it's accountability online, and that's why this is triggering me a little bit in a good way. When I say trigger, I don't mean it in maybe in the Americans like meaning. Like it triggers my
It's
curiosity,
exciting
right?
you. It's activating
Uh,
you. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's activating me. So like the blockchain aspect of a platform like Twitter, that like I'm saying, like regardless of at which stage in history you take Twitter as a as an example or as a measuring factor, you will have some sort of proof of concept because it has been a consistent company even when it sucked a lot and even when it has sucked less. Always proof of concept. Now, what I've learned since the Elon takeover is that Twitter can be a lot better, but I agree with you. It all comes down to what Elon wants to do, and you're subject to his, you know, uh, personal convictions, let's call them, about what the company should be, and that's the limitation. But when it comes to a decentralized organization that is doing the same, that it gives you blockchain accountability, this is it, or the beginning of it. You know, like this is a different level type of thing I'm willing to fuck with. Maybe invest months of my life learning because this is it. My question is, do you think that um, it is emulating the proof of concept, or is it just like a radical something different type of thing? Because I think that if the platform that Forecaster you said, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Farcaster.
as you have described it so far, I am getting the vibe of like crypto Twitter, right? Like for real.
It,
And if that's it, wow.
yeah. So if even this wasn't enough to persuade you, be,
No, no, you
okay.
persuade me already. I'm just trying to wrap my
Yeah,
head
no,
around it.
crypto Twitter is a really good way to describe it. I think another way to describe it would be um, uh, you need to get it's not just decentralized. It's not just that it's on the blockchain and it utilizes micropayments and the benefits of blockchain that way. I think the other important thing to consider, and what is, I would say, most attractive to you and to the team that you have behind you, because I know you guys wrote like some Discord apps or whatever, is that it's open, right? It's open source, and that you can go through and you can look at the protocols. I think it's called the concept is atomic protocols. So they like make them small enough so that you can combine them in unique ways. um, but it's because it's open, you can then create your own concept, and then with minimal development investment of time and money, you can spin up your own ideas and release that so that you can monetize. There's already people that are um, have like advertisement models. So like every time you post something, that it appends like another message, like an advertisement message. So instead of Twitter making all the advertisement dollars, it's this developer who created this tool. I can't even remember what it is. I just saw it this morning, and it's while I was on just starting up the space. Um, but yeah, there's like an ad revenue sharing model, kind of like the Brave attention token, or the BAT. So if you spend time looking at these ads, or you spend time like serving up these ads or these messages, then you get compensated for that, and it's all through degen, it's all through base and through warps. And it doesn't have to be like Ron Popeil's salad shooter or whatever. It could be, I could decide that I'm only going to serve ads for Beyond the NFT and Anten Radio. You feel me?
That's dope. Like it's not whatever the platform wants to impose on you to promote.
Nah, it's totally under your control.
Oh my god, this is so fucking dope. Thank you, Scott.
So Pixelia, Scott and I are kind of like plotting over here to take over Warpcast as so Warpcast has this app called Farhouse.
Count me in. I have a leather virtual suit, latex virtual suit, and I have a radio station.
I love it. We're so Scott and I are planning on like kind of starting CBD spaces on an app called Farhouse, which is kind of Warpcast or yeah, Warpcast's version of Twitter Spaces. And I mean if you're interested, definitely either Scott or I can even get you on that platform after, you know, you sign up.
Fuck yeah, for sure. And just so you know, like this is maybe something I will DM you later, but since we're discussing it, um, Juan is also here. You're gonna get a weird message as well, Juan. I wanna create like a feed only to promote the content that we already have. Like we already have like let's just like be real. Like between Scott, Sinful, Juan, and Pixelia, we both have like a shit ton of hours of content. It is video content in some cases and audio content for sure. This is like I have made crazy numbers, but combined we all have like a month of unrepeated, unstopped audio content. This is crazy ridiculous. Like I want to create a feed with all the centralized only the centralized content created by community members, to just have a feed of podcast that is just feeding itself constantly. But what Scott just described me allows me to, in my opinion, I need to dig further, will allow me to not just have that, but at the same time funnel people. Let's say if I'm playing in Anton Radio, I'm playing Sinful Mystics Beyond the NFT, I'm going to be able to funnel people to you and give credit to you at the same time. And for me, that's exactly what I want while doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm asking all these questions to Scott. Otherwise, I wouldn't be. Because, why? But this is like fucking ridiculous and sinful. Like, how many hours do you have for real, content wise, audio? Huh?
I'm gonna wager a guess if Simple isn't gonna chime in. It's like, okay, this is we've been at this CBD for 2 years, almost every single. It used to be, what was it, Wednesday morning, and now it's
Mm.
Saturday morning. So on average, what, say 3 hours, because some of them go five and some of them are only one. So you average
I
three
would say 2 hours.
hours. So that's 52 weeks in a year. That's 104 shows times three. That's, what is that, 312 hours.
It's a shitload of hours, Scott. Look, but my point is that what we're trying to do with Melito, we're not trying to take advantage of someone else's content. We're trying to provide a channel that feeds people 24/7, decentralized content for which we only take credit for the traffic. That's it. We don't want any other credit. Like if there's ever money involved, it will go to the people who has the credit. We're only a traffic platform because our revenue is not coming from whatever we're playing. It's coming from something else. So I don't want to take revenue for someone who deserves it, right? It's not my art. I'm just a platform. But will be given like a radio station, for instance, the chance to, oh fuck, rock.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I was just rocked for a second.
We've heard you loud and clear the whole time.
No, that there is a sandstorm, by the way. So desert problems, let's call
Oh
them.
lordy, hope you're safe.
Uh, well, my point is that whenever the radio station is fully deployed, what I'm expecting to have is a platform where people who has zero knowledge, or maybe just wants to go back into, let's say, like a time capsule, they can just jump into a channel, and content is playing nonstop, 24/7, decentralized, decentralized archive of content, and that content in itself has another content linked to it. Like, let's say, Sinful, Beyond the NFT, he has interviewed so many people, so like each episode links to a different person. So my vision is at some point we're just gonna have an archive of something playing nonstop that will take you to the roots of what we're building, and it's like a radio feed nonstop being fed. And then we have the music radio station, which is like a completely different stuff. But as Anten, we do have the power to deploy different channels of audio. And what I'm asking, the reason why I'm asking all of this is that at some point I'm gonna do it, even if I need to pay for it myself. That I don't mind. I think it's worth it. But I think that the most important thing is that when I'm playing it, whoever is getting the content is also getting the right information on whose credit it is, because it's not Anton's. If I'm playing Beyond the NFT, it's just Anton, but the credit is Sinful's. You know what I mean? That's why for me this is like a powerful platform, Scott. I I will be looking into it for sure. And thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Pixelia, today, and asking questions and stuff like that. Um, yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, I also share Scott's enthusiasm with when it comes to Warpcast. Like Scott was the one that got me into it. Like, and in all honesty, like I probably got into it like 8 months ago, 9 months ago, and like really wouldn't use it much because it was like a developer's space. I would notice, like there were just a lot of devs, and then once the degen like tipping mechanism was implemented, that's when you like saw the daily average user just like blow up. I think it was like around those times that that they passed, like, or at least Far FarQuest. Yeah, I think it's FarQuest or
Yeah,
FarCast
far quest. Yep.
surpassed like 500K mints. So very very it's definitely something very exciting, and I keep meeting all these dope people on Farhouse, like artists that I would love to interview one day on Beyond the NFT. So I've been working, making friends. Right now I'm looking through this artist named Diego Robot. He makes like these like very colorful, like kind of they look kind of like, some of them look like Aztec paintings. I'm guessing he has like like a Mexican American origin, and
Yes.
yeah, like they're pretty dope. I'm over, and they're very fairly priced. Like I see like 2 tezos or 3 tezos, half a tezo for like some art. I'm about to like pick up a few just to put a smile on his face.
Now Diego Robot is he's very prolific, and by that I mean he not only does he generate a lot of content in terms of digital paintings, but he will make real paintings and he sells them at a reasonable price. He buys a whole bunch of canvases in bulk and then just goes, one after the other. And he'll even put them out in his neighborhood. He's like a construction worker during the day. And then at night, when he gets home, he just spends like 5 hours every night painting pictures. I did a collaboration with him on the Revel platform, where I started 3 different images, and then he would modify them with his style, and then he did 3 different images, and I modified them with my style. So, excellent person. He would be a good person to have on Beyond the NFT. But, yeah, he's just an amazing, content creator. He's somebody out there, he's like, that's what he really wants to do, and he's just hustling and grinding, and, he's somebody that is really, I think, benefiting from this space, from these tools where you've got micropayments, where you've got methods of being able to promote your stuff and not have to worry about being penalized by an algorithm for posting direct links. Fuck, man, you can mint an NFT directly in the platform, so that should tell you everything you need to know.
Exactly. Exactly. So like this is kind of like a shift in topic. I just wanted to really like get your point of view on this, and because like so yesterday I made my first post on Zora, and it was like, the Mew animation that I'd made on After Effects. And what I did was I priced it at like 0.025, like, $100. And within the description I kind of wrote purchasing this NFT is good for 5 hours worth of video editing services. But what are your thoughts on like kind of tying your services to kind of like these mints?
I mean, okay, so a better person to ask is Rustan, simply because he's been at that aspect of NFTs and giveaways or tie-ins and that sort of thing. So that would be my first recommendation. Second thing is, um, if you're building audience, if you're bringing an audience over, you could do that. Like, you could charge money right away. There's I don't know if you've seen her. She's in the WAC, in the Wayward Artist Collective, on Warpcast. Her name is Aoifye, but it's spelled Aoifye. I think that's how you spell it. Anyway, Aoifye just did an open mint, free mint on an app called Floor, and she was advertising it through Warpcast. She's also advertising it on X and a bunch of other social platforms, but I saw it first on Warpcast. And she just crossed the 1,500, so 1,500 mints already. Um, and I know for 99% certainty that the app approached her to create this mint to basically drive people to their platform so they would download the app. And I don't like to mint anything through my phone, right? I only like to go through my desktop because I've got Linux installed, and I've got, whatever. I've got my cold wallet attached, and I have a lot more control. But what I'll do is I'll bookmark stuff on Twitter or on X and on Warpcast, and then I'll revisit it on my workstation so that I can control the environment more. But my point is that, um, she's somebody who's, she's got like four ETH worth of mints just on, fuck, what I think it's Foundation, um, right? So she's got a following. She's got an established group of people that know about her and that will follow her onto a different platform. Going on to Zora, I noticed what Rustan did was he's starting by having, I think he's going to have 10 free mints of this AI generated person. And not to like steal Rustan's thunder, but I'm just trying to contrast, who Aoifye is and who Rustan is. And I consider them both, you know, pretty large in the NFT independent creator space. So he's giving stuff away, but you have to be a follower of his. And what he's doing is he's building his following um, on Warpcast through this free mint, so that when it comes time to dropping, it's not going to be just some bot. It's not going to be a flash in the pan. He's demonstrating his commitment to sticking around by sending out all of these mints. I think it's a really good idea to offer video services I just think that you need to be able to build your audience more. And I think there are certainly tools on Warpcast that you can use to do that. I don't know precisely what those are. That's why I'm playing around today with Tip to Mint, because I'm just fucking around and I want to find out, right? So I'll report back on it and see what I find out.
Yeah.
But
Yo.
Scott, I have a question. Simple. I'm sorry, Scott. Is there any way that while you're fucking around and finding out, for you to find out what is the capability, like the maximum capacity of, I want to say content you can link to an NFT? Like I don't know how that
You mean
works
file
exactly.
size or audience size?
I'm just gonna give you an example. Okay, like let's say our interview. You remember how long our interview was? Like it was like 37 minutes worth of video, right? Um,
At least
is
37 minutes. I thought it was more
is
like an hour, but yeah, go ahead.
no. Well, no, 37 minutes. No, you're right. It was like 47 minutes. Yeah, plus our chat. No, it was a cool chat. We need to have another one. Like, do you think we can, like, I can put that on an NFT? It's a
I mean, I
it's
don't
a
know. Yeah,
huge
you can
fun.
put anything on an NFT, man. I mean, it's a
But would it be like I know that it wouldn't be like blockchain based because like to inscript that amount of data into like a block.
yeah, you're not going to be able to do it like an ordinal. No, it would have to be on
No,
IPFS.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
IPFS. That
technicalities.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
I get what you're saying though. Go ahead.
But is it still like doable? There's no technical limitations to the length of the audiovisual file? Because I know that for an image, that there's almost no restrictions, but like for these GIF files and some other formats, I know that in some layers they do have limitations. But in this case,
I mean, it,
do
it
you
it
know?
really depends on, are you writing your own smart contract, or are you depending on the smart contract of another service like Foundation, like Manifold,
Dude,
like
I'm gonna
Zora?
need someone else's because I have zero knowledge on how to write smart contracts.
Yeah, so like if you're gonna do writing, then there's mirror.xyz. If you're gonna do audio, if you're gonna do music, there's sound.xyz. And they already have the smart contracts made up and they've got file limitations. I know that for something like Foundation or for Zora, I think it's 25 megabytes. And that's just, what they have set up. I don't know what pinning service they have, and where they host the files. I know that Foundation will use IPFS, but I don't know like what pinning service they use. Um, but yeah, I mean, whatever you can get out on the IPFS, or hosted it wherever, you can have as large a file size as you can upload.
I'm asking because I saw this. I bumped into this podcasting platform the other day. It's also blockchain based, where you need to uh, pay. It's a like a super small amount. Let's say $1 worth of ETH uh, to be able to play the podcast unlimitedly, and it is like an hour and 45 minutes podcast. And it just baffled me because it was fucking long. So I just like I asked myself like how is it possible that it's blockchain based like so long? So just got me thinking. But based on what you're telling me, it seems to me that it's something that I need to invest some time on. It's worth it. Like if you can put this amount of content and do it blockchain based, it's sweet. All the interviews, that's what I want. I want people that are jumping to the Decentraland, like if they want to see your interviews, pay $1.50 and 50 cents go to Scott and $1 go to Anten Foundation to do whatever it is that we need doing in the metaverse. Um, but you can play it forever. You can do whatever you want with it. Um, so it seems to me that is something I want to fuck around with. But if you're gonna do it today, please do it for me. I can send you a link.
Yeah, I think there's even because there's so many podcasts out there. I think there's even a crypto based podcast um uh
I
service.
I can
Yeah,
jump
there's
in and
there's
kind of
got to
talk
be.
about it a little bit. Scott, the one that I have found podcast service is called Pods. Uh, yeah, Pods. It's like kind of a platform where you could like upload your podcast into it, and like people could collect the podcasts. Um, so far, like I have had no luck getting on the platform because it's like there was like a Google sign up sheet or some shit whenever I went to like sign up as a creator, and I have not gotten a reply back. And it's been like probably a month and a half. So I'm guessing it'll be like something like Lens Protocol, where like I signed up and then like 10 months later, they'll be like, you're approved. So, uh, but yeah, there is like that aspect of things. Like perhaps if maybe you can even connect with the people that run pods, you could uh you could get on the platform. It's called pods.media. There you go. Have you heard of it, Scott?
No, I haven't, but Jesus, there's a new thing coming out every single week. So I haven't heard about it. I was just sort of like spacing out because I mean the one thing that brought me to Decentraland was I was looking into creating my own cryptocurrency token, and I was researching IPFS, and then I was reminded of the video that I saw in 2017 on YouTube by the YouTuber called Node about Decentraland. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I want to check this out. So it's like there's the podcast that I was listening to about IPFS, I believe were hosted on something like pods.media, and I just can't remember what it was called. This was like 3 years ago, so you're asking a lot. Let me
I
dredge
see.
that up.
I did DM you on the Discord the link to Pods.media, so you can like just check out the platform, what it looks like. I think it could be beneficial for like podcasters and individuals that make long form media like that.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I just wanted to recognize Sav has had his hand up for a while.
Take it away, Sab.
Yo, I think I forget what I was gonna say now.
Dang. But I did look at your post with up in the shared posts for this Twitter space. And dude, the animation and the artwork for that Azuki anime, holy crap! That's like what I look for, like when I'm searching for anime. Holy crap! I need a they need to make a lot of this. They need
Yeah.
to.
Yo, so when I was watching that the first time, like I've been in the Zuki community for almost a year now, and when I saw that first episode, it fucking made me cry.
Yeah. And let's see.
Bob, we miss you.
I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, Specimen 13. I see you in the crowd down there, my friend. I know you're an anime lover. Check out that post up in the pinned tweet, by Azuki. Like, you'll probably start crying too. Like, Web3 content that is looking like that. Let's go.
Have you seen their Asuki Garden, like this sort of game metaverse, whatever, that looks uh, like fucking game like Ghost of Tsushima in Web3 type of uh, content or animation. I don't or game engine. I don't even know the technical term, but it looks insane. And by the way, our boy Sob has been responsible for whatever you don't see from the PFPs in the Asuki community. He's doing his sub magic, creating the other 75% of their of their PFPs, and I think his work is fucking good. I still have my penguin sub, just so you know. I still have it, like the one you did for me. I still have it, bro.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Dude, I've gotten a lot better. I don't know if you've looked at any of my recent artwork, Pixelia, but I've been grinding.
Sorry about the silence. I was saving Oreo from the crackhead. She keeps pouncing on him. uh, and welcome. Make an NFT. Thank you for being here today. How are you?
I'm tired. How you doing? Hello, CBD family. What a night last night, man. I just want to come up and say, A, thanks to the extra beats like DJC down there who came out. I think it was a heck of a start at Rustan's house to moving forward. So
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah, it definitely was a fun time yesterday. We got a lot of beast out there. I made a small 1 minute video. Things are good. Things are looking up.
Yeah, it was interesting. I guess something interesting, and we might have to start with a whole new account is some people actually had problems with, like, if they downloaded the client, having it pair with the website, and I think it's because they didn't have their wallet connected online first. So like
Yeah.
little things that people ran into snags with, but ultimately I think we got a whole bunch of new Decentraland people to come check it out, and I just can't thank the crew enough, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
And yeah, you were right there with what you mentioned. Yeah, it's because like at least the first time after you download the Decentraland client, it's good to like just have your web browser open like with your wallet signed in, and then the client will take that wallet sign in, kind of ask you if this is you, and then it'll like give you a digit on the client, and you'll have to like look at the screen with the with your wallet and kind of like confirm. And yeah, from there it's like you do that once, and then I haven't had to do it ever again. It just connects automatically.
Yep. But little things you might forget or I forgot. And some people had to do the tutorial and they got to figure that out. But little things, but I thought a lot of great new people came by to hang out. Can't thank the community enough for like getting snaps and getting it on the timeline, and there are a lot of excited people to check it out. I think I'm just really grateful. Thank you.
Hey, awesome event, and I mean, amazing effort by you and countless others that like kind of pushed the linked wearables forward and made it happen. Um, I know you had a list of like beast heads that you wanted to see. Did yesterday kind of shorten that list or kind of like finish it off by any chance?
I think I literally have to watch the tape. I was trying my best not to make any mistakes, so I gotta go see like who's there. I think we still have like three or four to look at. We do have to fix one line of code for the clowns that we know. We did know that going into this. So, I'm hoping to just check the other ones, but I gotta say, like, I didn't hear back from anybody else saying anything was like wrong. I know Rustan and Drip took great care at the end of the baking and checking everything. So I think we're really just down to figure just double checking so we can put everything to rest and start moving forward. Great to see, and what a victory for the fam. Like, it was so great to see some people who maybe have never been inside running in and having fun with us.
Yeah. Definitely drew a crowd yesterday. We had like shit. I thought at one point, and I wasn't like completely like at my screen the entire time because I was setting up a cage for the little one. Uh, but uh, but like yeah, I saw like 45, 48 individuals there. Like definitely, you and Rustan definitely drew a crowd last night. Good work, good work.
Yeah, I hope it's the beginning of welcoming a bunch of new beasts in, you know, and we're gonna give them a shot. I mean, and the other cool thing, and no matter how everybody feels about it, I now you now have the options to choose VRMs, but afterwards I left with the one of the VRMs and I went and hung out with Rustan and Hyperfy, and I think that's part of the full story right now. And I love that Decentraland has given the choice to creators to choose if they want to be a part of such stuff. Like, I think that's a big step in moving forward.
Yep, yep, definitely. And I did the same thing too. I exported my VRM from Decentraland with my beast head and my cool little outfit, and I just went over to Hyperfy. And I gotta admit that Hyperfy event, that was a birthday party for Bit Pixie, I believe, and Perp. That build is amazing. Like they definitely like push some boundaries with Hyperfy. Like when it comes to like I don't know, like just the visuals. I would say I don't know. I didn't feel like I was on Hyperfy. I thought I was like on a different like high def like metaverse platform where my dude was just partying and like it felt like a VR chat like
Totally, totally. But I mean, I think ultimately it's a win, and hopefully we can keep building forward and really welcome them. I think there's some great ideas coming right now, and hopefully we band together and find new ways to welcome more people. I hope it's just the start.
Take it away, Scott.
Yeah, just really quick. I'm gonna drop down. I'm probably gonna leave altogether. I just wanted to say thank you for having me up here, and really appreciated the talk that we had with you, Pixelia. Um, I see Swiss out in the audience. Other people that have jumped in here. I just saw Lastrum, but he's not here anymore. I also saw Chris uh, from Nyan Cat fame. He was in here for a hot minute. So don't know if he's going to come back. Hello, Argent. I see a couple of other beasts down there, people that I don't don't know all too well, but hello, welcome to Community Building Decentraland. And I'm gonna hop on Unlonely. I'm gonna check that out today, which is the Farcaster ecosystem version of Twitch and Kick. So it's a live streaming platform. And I'll be fafoing that and letting you all know what I find out there. But thanks again, Sinful, and I'll see you guys around in Decentraland.
Take care, Scott. Thank you for coming up and speaking. And yeah, I guess anyone that would like to come up and speak, talk about anything that you're doing, you're more than welcome to hit that request button. Or if any of my speakers have any more topics that they would like to cover, uh, definitely we could definitely jump into those right now. And while we wait for anyone, uh, I did just pin a tweet. I just pinned a tweet up at the top. It is posted by Rustan. So if you missed the Beast Party yesterday, there's a little recap video that you can watch. And I also made like a little video too, so I'll probably be posting that here later today or probably after the space. Take it away, Pixelia. I saw your hand up.
Uh, I wanted to say that Quan is hosting like it's like a GTA 5 modded server where you can play as your NFT or PFP. Like I've been trying to crack it up like for for the past 24 hours. I basically learned that I suck at computers. Uh, but it's fucking awesome what he's doing. I saw Brandon Manas playing GTA as his bike hero. So so that like this is the alpha today, baby.
Yeah, yeah, Quan. I don't think Quan is hosting the server. I think that might be by like.
No. That like hosting a game in the server.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I've been seeing Quan's content in there. It's fucking
No, it's
hilarious.
something like chilling something or something chili. The server is the one like did it. Maybe I'm mistaken, but uh, Quan is just hosting a DGen encounter in a GTA modded server where we can be our digital degenerated selves
Yep.
in the DGen sense. You know?
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, since we got into the GTA topic, my friend down there, Specimen 13, he's been developing his own GTA role-playing server, like with his own two paws. He's just been hard at work, like putting all that together. I'm pretty proud of him. He's been doing pretty good with it. Let's see, do we have any more GTAers in here? Mm.
I used to play GTA a lot.
Did you ever get into the role playing aspect of things?
No, I played like when it was around for the PlayStation 4 or no, PlayStation 4 and shit. So I didn't really have that opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically I don't know. Man, it like happened in like 2019, 2020, probably
Yeah.
2020 when everyone was bored. Like just GTA roleplay blew the heck up. And like even right now, the like probably one of the most viewed like games is GTA like on Twitch because of the role playing. Like
Oh, I know. I've seen a
uh,
lot of the clips. They're so funny.
It's prime time entertainment, bro. I'm telling you, this is golden hour entertainment. Like if you catch a good one, you will have entertainment nonstop. You can crack it up nonstop. This
Mhm.
is
You
hilarious.
guys know who Omar is?
Omar,
Big
no.
role player in GTA.
I've been like following Kyle a lot.
There's this.
There's a lawyer, Roberto something. It's called or Ricardo something. It's like a Colombian lawyer. I crack it up all the time. Simply, you love it too as well. Like if you find it, just follow him.
Yeah, the Omar guy. He has
Like
like he's like a Mexican guy, I think, but his character is completely white, and he has like longer hair, and he's always got sunglasses on, and he's always shirtless, and he's always running around with a high pitched voice, talking to people. It's so funny too. But everybody knows who he is because he's like a huge ass streamer, and he's on the server, so everybody knows who he is. But if you've seen him, he's the one I watch a lot.
Okay, okay, yeah, the high pitch voice one thing is what okay, I have seen him around. I think I've like seen him interact with Kyle. That's freaking hilarious. Or at least at some point if they've like if they play on the same server because I know like like it all started all like with GTA roleplay, it's all started like all everyone was together in one server. There was one roleplay server, and then like beef started in between them, and then someone's like, you know what? Fuck this server. I'm gonna make my own server, and so then friggin' that happens, and then people start going to the other server, and then more servers start coming because more beef and and now like there's just like so many GTA roleplay servers that like if you want if that's something that you like wanted to get into, you actually could because because like those main servers that you see are like you'll be sitting in a queue waiting to get in for maybe like 5 hours when there's like another server that you could just be like just get into like quickly and just have some fun. um
I heard of auditions for them.
You've heard of auditions for them? Oh
Auditions
man.
for them, bro. I've heard of auditions for them because they're like an actual fucking thing. Look at, I'm gonna tell you something. Like this is alpha from what I've been doing to role play GTA. I've been cracking it up for a while, and like I built a persona out of it. And then when Juan started talking about it, and I saw Brandon Manos going as his, vibe, I started thinking like, fuck, I need to export my BRM with my GIMP suit, and then I can be who I want to be in a GTA role played. And for real, there's like I started looking into it. There's people who make a living out of streaming this, and that's why some channels or some servers they audition because it's actually like what they make money out of, just advertising on their content. It's fucking huge. They take over it. It's like a 24/7 life. Like they take it to a whole new level. So it's not just your common troll getting into a server. You know, it's the big deal.
Yep, yep.
Speaking, oh,
Go
I was,
ahead, make go ahead, take it away.
I was gonna say, speaking of Brandon McManus, I don't know if you caught it, but last night I played the Buffalo and Brandon track. I was really pleased. I hope he finds out that I did it because we had to sneak in a couple Beast tracks and a couple of the family. We played a couple Buffalo tracks. It was really fun to add in both communities to it. I don't know if anybody caught it. Tried my best just not to fuck it up, but that put a big smile on my face.
Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, like as I keep listening to DJs and even yourself, like make like what a genius idea to like spin tracks that are that were created by friends here in Web3. Like that's such a genius idea. In reality, for any normie that listens to your set, like it's like that's like music they'd never heard of. Like, like that's that shit they can't get until they
Well,
look
you
for it.
know what's cool? I actually got, I mean, yeah, like Void's tracks were NFTs, but I actually was able to get Buffaloes from a DJ streaming service, which makes it rather legal to use, called Beatport. But then I also get to save it on Mixcloud with the tracks. So it's also extending it out there in smart ways for people to be able to hear them too, and doing it as legal as possible, for streaming rights. So hopefully it has its own effect, but it was just really fun to incorporate our friends into what's going on.
You're a legend, mate. You're a legend, bro. I love you.
Fucking legend. Oh,
Now
I
if I
know.
could just remember not to play the same song twice in a mix, that would be helpful.
Got to keep a checklist right next to you of like, okay, I played this song, can't scratch it off.
Well, it's not even that, and they actually like do have a scratch off or whatever. It's that I have different versions of tracks, and sometimes they get
I
caught in
see.
the mix, because they'll be named something a little different. Shame on me. Just once last night, just once.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm looking down at the crowd. I see some new faces such as Sherry Berry, Jedi Metatron, welcome Toxic Waifu, hello Fermion, House of David, and of course our friend Jay is here. Hey Jay, and JJ, or is it? Do I? Am I mispronouncing his name? I've heard it said a different way before. Well, if I'm mispronouncing, slide into those DMs and be like, yes, simple. It's not JJ. And we have a new speaker up here. This man goes by the name of OX Kwan. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. And nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody on stage. What up, Meg? What up, Soft? What up, Pixelia? How you guys doing? I just wanted to come up because I was busy making errands and stuff today, but I was listening to the conversation when Scott was talking about different decentralized platforms, and then Pixelia brought up um, you know having a license over our content and stuff, and how to, keep that flow kind of going back to the creator, um, and with like the GTA stuff too, right? So the reason why I've kind of started pivoting into the GTA content creation is for that specific reason, right? Putting that money and that energy back into what I do in my community and stuff. So something that I recommend everybody to do is, I mean, if you have an opportunity to hop into a platform that already has its native mechanics, jumping, running, sprinting, rolling, shooting, missions and stuff like that. Take that opportunity and then mint those things on, say, a Farcaster or a Lens protocol or something like that. And that's with anything, right? So all of our content, especially as creators, should be mintable, right? At this stage, at this day and age, right? So whether you're a DJ, whether you're a content, creator, whether you're playing GTA, whatever, making stuff in Decentraland, whatever it is, you need to start capturing that content and making it available to mint on these platforms, because for a long time we've taken these platforms and we've just freely given them our data, right? Basically, or it's mass as user generated content and stuff, and the companies are like, oh, we love our communities, but they're taking your data, right? They're taking all of that and they're feeding it into their algorithm, and they're making more content from your content, and you're not getting paid for it. So my biggest thing is always trying to create different avenues of revenue for creators. That's part of the reason why I made the Royal Coin, to start paying creators who are in the GTA server with that coin, so they can start earning something. Making just different platforms and tools around content creation for different people, right? For people of all walks of life. So, that's kind of what I was coming up here to say. Like, it's we're in a day and age where we have the capability to take full control of our content and our media and stuff. So things like Farcaster, things like Lens, things like Warpcast, things like I think Bloomers.tv, things like Dgen and Drip and stuff like that. Um, Start utilizing those, start getting onto those platforms, and build your ecosystem, right? You don't have to remain on these platforms that keep taking your data and not giving you anything in return, right? It's a new day and age. Hop in there, see what you can, see what you can do. Just explore, just fuck around and find out, right? So much love to everybody. That's kind of all I really wanted to discuss, real quick. But yeah, I love the conversation. Great discussion so far, and so yeah, I mean, let's keep that flow.
Thank you, Quan. Thank you. Saw while you're speaking, we had Swiss first request to come up to speak. Take it away.
Hello, guys. Quick question for Quan, please. Quan, at the risk of being a total boomer who's behind on what's going on this planet, could you just give us, in the shortest possible form, an explanation of what it means to mint something on Farcaster or on GTA? I haven't been in touch with this at all, and I'll pick it up immediately if you just mention
Sure,
some basics.
sure. So first things first is just go to Farcaster, right? Um, look up Warpcast on the browser. That's what I did, and I signed up. Set up there, and then it connects to my phone, right? So once you have all of that set up, the only thing, all I'm talking about doing is simply recording small bits of your content, maybe 2 minutes, 30 seconds, something like that. Even 6 minutes, short and long form content works, period. So take that bit, take whatever you got, that clip. And what you'll do is you'll go to, once you set up your Farcaster, what I do is I set up a Lens account as well. And so what that does is it connects to all of the other Web3 platforms, like Warpcast and
It's
Lens and stuff like that.
you're talking about Yup on Lens.
There you go. Right. So yeah, so Yup is really good. Yup on Lens is really good. And then there is another platform that it connects to as well called Orbs. And I'll try to create a list or something like that for you, bro. But Orbs will cross post as well, and you can put up video content that will post to Farcaster, Twitter, and stuff like that, but you can also make it mintable, right? So with your little 30-second clip, you post it up on Orbs, you make it available to mint. You can have it mint for free, or you can have people pay in Bonsai, which is sort of their integrated token. And just play around with it. Most of my things on Orbs is free, just because I'm not necessarily trying to make money from that particular content. There's other things that I post on there, like music and stuff like that. But that's basically it. I mean, I would say I would say get Lens for sure. Make sure you have a Lens, which is the Polygon protocol for like a domain, basically. Make sure you mint that. I think it's like 3 Matic. And then from there, you'll have access to all of these different kind of native protocols uh, within Yup and Farcaster and stuff like that.
I think you're jumping around here because Farcaster and Lens are two separate decentralized protocols.
They
They're
are
two, yes, they're two social media like decentralized protocols. Like on Farcaster, you have apps like Dracula, which is like a Web3 not Twitter, Web3 TikTok. When on Lens you have tapes.xyz that is like a Web3 YouTube. So, but yeah, yeah, that app Yup is like seems to be for maybe there are other things that kind of like integrate into like or tie the two together.
right.
But
I
like
mean, so you're absolutely right, bro. And my bad. I was kind of jumping around there. There's so many apps that you can use
yeah,
within this ecosystem, bro. But I mean, I think the main thing, definitely get a lens.xyz. Definitely get a Lens account, because that kind of helps integrate between those different platforms. And it's all about interoperability, right? It's all about those shared experiences between all of these platforms. And I know that wasn't like a quick, short roundabout way. I might have given you more information to look up than necessary, but I would say definitely get a Lens. And then from there, it will help you kind of navigate to these different platforms as well. But my point is just, taking little small clips and making them available for people to mint, as opposed to them just being able to view your content or, just share your content and stuff like that. Having this, um, having this kind of metadata of your content being on the blockchain will help you going forward as a creator, especially in Web3, right? You have a verified, kind of ledger of the content that you produce, that you created, that people can hold, people can share. And there's new things coming out daily. I've fully integrated with pools. So basically what that means is soon I'll be able to create NFT packages with my content that, if you mint a video of mine, it also comes with Royal, right? It comes with my native token that you'll be able to burn to gain access to my music or video or other, exclusive content and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's really about taking back that control, taking back your power as a creator, and doing that by any means necessary, which in this day and age, there's plenty of options. So, Swiss, hit my DMs, fam. You got me. Hit me up on Discord. Join my Discord. We talk about this stuff in there all the time. We have some really brilliant minds in there too. So, my DMs are always open if anybody has questions about this stuff too. I can give you guys a better form, like step-by-step process to how to get your stuff up there. So yeah, I hope that helps you a little bit, Swiss.
hey Swiss, I did DM you a like here on Twitter, kind of like a link to Warpcast. So that's a way that you can sign up and get started. And yeah, make sure to add me, dude.
Hey guys, thank you very much for the detailed explanation. May I just follow up with one question? Look, I remember participating in all sorts of things. Sometimes you thought, why the hell am I signing up for all of these services? You know, it's fun to participate, but you're not seeing some kind of ROI or something like that. It's mostly to be early, to be part of something, to be new, to be the first one. I think there is a lot of that as well. But eventually, airdrops started to come in, and I made thousands of dollars just from participating in shit that I had no idea what it was for. So I totally get what you guys are doing. But maybe that's a provocative question. But really, hands down, how much of this stuff is really driving any kind of results, or
Uh, I mean, there are many artists throughout that platform that are just that are building their communities. It's never about it's not always about the ROI. You know, like
The
you can't
question
just
would be,
look at
what,
we
what
can't
is profit?
we
You know,
can't we yeah, what is profit? Like, I mean, for me, I guess we can say, actually, if we rephrase that, my ROI are my friends I'm making, not really looking for money in any of these platforms, like on Twitter. I'm not here unless Elon wants to start paying me. Like, I'm not making any money, I'm just here for the hell of it. um but like, yeah, there are many artists on those platforms that are like putting up their artwork for like free, and they're just gaining a following through the many collectors that end up picking up their pieces, perhaps maybe because they're dope or because they want to meet someone. Creates connections with actual people. I don't know, I've been noticing like less bots, at least on those other platforms. So, like, there's more of an opportunity to actually speak to someone. So, I mean, like I would say that's like more of like my attraction, like the genuine interactions.
look, I'm just trying to pick up on something that is relatively new to me, and you guys are definitely deep into it. Everybody speaks about digital culture and some things like this intangible kind of expressions, and I've been always struggling to tune into it. But I kind of follow you guys and see like how you have been here through the bear market, how you're doing this community building, how you make an effort to bring people together, how you build your own brand and shield your coins, and you're just doing all of that stuff. And I'm trying to um, make sure that it rubs off on me a little bit as well, because I think there's something intangible you guys are doing that is worthwhile doing, and I have never learned this properly. But just appreciate you kind of expressing your view, your angle on this. I think I'm picking it up very slowly, but I do.
We love
the
you,
catch is
Swift.
this, bro. That there's no angle. Here's the point. There's no angle. There's no agenda. None of the people here present is doing it for the money. Everybody's doing it because they like it, and everybody's so good at it that at some point they start making money because they're so freaking good. Take Cruz Stan as example. The guy's so freaking good that he gets to decide how he works. He paints people for a living. Who gets to do that? I mean, you know, that's how good he is. So the value is non-tangible. It's not measurable on normal ways. This is not something that you can put in an Excel sheet and say, this month I made this. It's not accounted like that. It's not something you build like that. And it is for sure not something that you get overnight. This is something that you can spend years building and that you can destroy in a second. It is special. It is like fucking glass. So we've been doing this in the bull, in the bear, in the next bull, in the next bear. We'll be here, until something changes or we move to Farcaster or whatever. But we'll be here. The long run is not measured in dollars; is measured in value, and value is built over time. So the question is, for you, what is value? What is profit? If I'm gonna tell you how much I made in Web3 this month, I made something, maybe just something to make you laugh, but I think that in the future I won't even have to worry about it. Not because it's my goal, because being the first has its benefits as well. You will be eventually the go-to guy. That's it.
Hey, Sinful, I appreciate you speaking your honest view on this. I just tell you, like, I've been in many of these spaces last week, and everybody speaks this way. But then half an hour in, bam, there is the first NFT project that people kind of skipped on, and they start talking about it for an hour. So most of the time in this space, you have a lot of that, and I'm okay with it. But I was just curious. There is more than this. I see people like, I don't know, take something like Artifact, for example. I've seen the community there, and they're building, they're printing, 3D printing stuff. Everyone is doing something which is obviously more of a passion than something that the world needs. And I was like, wow. I mean, to a degree, I had this, but then along the way, I kind of lost it. And there's not that many people actually who still have it. I don't know, maybe it's just me who has this experience right now. Maybe you guys are on a different train, but this is why I'm here, man.
Hey, we're all trying to navigate through Web3 like together, and all the information that we have is basically um basically what our friends see and have done in the space. So like it's important to talk about all the different things that you're doing in the space, even if you may feel like it's boring or not very interesting, because for the next person it might be. And I'll pass the mic over to Quan. I see your hand is up. Did you want to add on to that, or was
Yeah,
it a different topic?
no, yeah. Just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, when Swiss was talking about ROI and stuff, and what Pixelia said as well. When as a creator, I have the passion to create, right? That's solely why I do what I do. I don't do it for the money. I'm not looking for any type of return on my investment or anything like that. I invest because I want to add value to my content, right? And I think that is going to be a distinguishing factor going forward with all these creators. If you're just doing it for the money, there's ways to do that, right? You can boost your Twitter account. You can pay for bots. You can get the ad revenue from Twitter from posting your content and all that stuff. If you really want to do that, right? There's ways to do that. But in this Web3 space, if your focus is on money, it's not going to benefit you early on to have that focus. It's going to benefit the creator more to provide value within their ecosystem to their audience, and then the money will be a residual thing, right? And here's the thing too, we're in a day and age where we can create our own currencies, right? I have my own token. There's a few people in here in the audience who have their own tokens, and this is the future going forward. Creators having their own economies, their own ecosystems, so they don't have to worry about where the money's coming from, right? And so I think if you have the passion, first and foremost, to just create and not worry about the cash or whatever, and then you start building your ecosystem around your creativity and stuff, that's the point. And kind of what Sinful was saying, like, I love venturing out into these different platforms, not just to see where I can pull money from, where I can get the airdrops and stuff like that. I do it so I can meet new people, right? So I can meet new creators, meet new audience, meet new whatever, and share my ecosystem with them, share what I'm doing with those people, not to get anything from them, but just to expose them to, like, oh, he's a creator, he does this, oh, he has his own ecosystem, oh, great. And you can earn from my ecosystem by just engaging, right? And that's the point. Passive income, passive exchange, right? Passive transactions, right? People don't have to worry about, oh, this person's trying to extract from me. No, 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 no. Just engage, right? Do what you would normally, with stuff that you fuck with, people's content or whatever, and earn, right? That's there should be no distinction between those two things. And so I feel like that should be people's, or especially from a creative standpoint, that should be your mindset within this space, not to make money, but to provide value, right? So that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on there.
Hey guys, I don't want to spend a whole lot more time on this topic because I could. So I don't know if this is exciting for people listening. Maybe I can just add one more component to tie it back to Decentraland a little bit. Last season, a lot of people came in when the tokens started to rise in price. And most people you would meet in Decentraland back in those days when the big boom happened and when 0 was, filled with 200 people just asking like, what should we do here? What's up? Where is the metaverse? All those people came for the mana price. And it felt kind of discouraging because I've been sitting there for 2.
Did I rug?
No, I think
No.
Swiss might be rugging.
Okay, so Swiss, you're rugging if you can hear me. He was actually spitting too. Like he was
I
like
know,
he was,
Mans was cooking, bro. Mans was cooking.
I was really into what he was saying. Hopefully he'll reconnect
Yeah,
here
talking
in a
about
second.
the bull, talking about the mana price and stuff. Yeah, and there were people coming in just asking like, how do I make money? Like literally. I know you remember that saying, just how
Oh,
where do I make money? How do
It
I
will
make
happen
money?
again, bro. It will happen again once the
yeah.
bull is back. It will happen
Yep.
again.
100%.
You
And
know,
wouldn't it be
us here right now, we're building for the next, the next wave or whatever, and we know now that, people need guidance, people need this, need that, and that's what we've all been working on that collectively, individually. Sometimes we collaborate, but we're all doing it in our own way. Like, I mean, I've learned so many of the things that I use currently from the people that I see right here. That is just like it just makes me laugh because it's just like that. So my point is, what's going to happen when it happens next, because it will happen again. A lot of people will come, it'll be like that, then another bear market will come, it'll be the same, but there'll be more of us for the next bear market or whatever, and so on and so on. So the question is like, what are we doing right now? And these are all the conversations that will prepare us for that. And knowing these platforms, knowing that X is fucking around with what, Make is doing this, and we've learned from his mistakes and from Juan's and from mine. This is it. So for me, going back to Swiss, comment, for me that's the value. That's the real value, because there's no value for me in this if I want to measure this in money, because if anything, I have only spent money since I got here, so negative value for me. But the value for me, it's a lot more than what I've spent on making my project alive. It's worth it, 100%. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we're all here.
Yep, exactly. Pixelia. Let's check and see if Swissverse is back. Check, mic check.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I was walking through a forest and I overestimated the power of my Skylink signal, and at some point it just dropped off. Hey,
You just
guys,
got
look,
mugged.
I tell you one thing. Can you guys hear me,
Yep.
actually?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, last season, all of the sudden, a lot of people came into the ecosystem who were very driven and who were very skilled and who were not shy, who were very outgoing. They had all the skills it takes to quickly be embraced by a large audience, and they knew what the people wanted and they gave it to them. And those guys who have been around for months and months prior, they pretty much disappeared in the noise a lot of the time. So I don't know, like, you guys are probably not going to be the victims of this, but I've experienced it a little bit, and it's rough when you have the people who are there for the money, who are driven, who know what they want. And I don't think it's bad. I just think it's different. And this is like one thought which I have. Okay, what's going to happen over the next early next year? We'll see. If seasons repeat, as you guys said, we are going to see them coming in again, and they're going to be good. And the other question is, I don't see us necessarily living in the metaverse in the next 6 months, looking at the progress we have been having and looking at the roadmap. So it's more about adopting some kind of metaverse culture that is mixed with real world, mixed with real summits, mixed with real life clothing, mixed with digital goods. So you can live this whole thing without having like a ready-made metaverse to kind of dive into and upload yourself onto. Honestly, I thought we would be much closer to it, but since we are not, if you want to still live this lifestyle, what do you guys think is the next step? Like, should I get myself some metaverse sneakers from Nike and Artifact? Should I make myself a metaverse jacket?
Keep building.
What would you guys
Keep
do?
building.
Yeah, all the above, bro. Yeah, I would definitely say uh, for where we are right now and like the projection of where the space is going, it's important to keep building. Just like Pixelia is saying, bro, keep building and then explore, right? Um, there are plenty of projects you can ape into that offer like real world tangible stuff. But there's also platforms that you can make those things yourself with, right? You know, Mintables. There's a bunch of platforms that allow you to create things, whether it be digital or you know just a digital accessory that you can share, right? But the point is, the bull market will come back. We're seeing it right now. We're probably, you know, we might be at the beginning of it. Who knows? Um, and the point the you want to make sure you're positioned properly, right? And knowledge is your best asset in this space, and so the more that you know, the better you can prepare yourself for when this bull actually comes back, for when these new people want these experiences and want to have a more engaging and enriched ecosystem, right? And so just yeah, just keep building, bro. Just keep on building, dude. Like make the jacket, make it digital, ape into a project if you want, and build something yourself, right? Build your ecosystem as well, bro, because it's all culminating to this boiling point where people are going to be watching other leaders in this space, and just like what you're doing in Pixelia and Make and Sinful, we're all watching each other and seeing where we can integrate these other creators workflows and processes into our own, you know, workflows and ecosystems. So share your knowledge, research, get your, you know, explore these native tools, explore these different protocols, and just build, bro. Just build. You know what I'm saying? Have a nice Discord, right? Build up your Discord or something. You know, I use my Discord a lot for information. So people who are in there, there's bots in there that can teach them about Web3 protocols and stuff like that. You know, just setting that foundation for when people become interested in this space, which they inevitably will. I have periphery tools built up so that they can learn and they can engage, right? And they can earn stuff with it, right? You know, if they want an NFT of mine, there's links for that. You know what I'm saying? Just build that space, build that environment for these newcomers, while also exploring different tools from other people, bro. I think that's going to be important going forward.
Cool, guys. I'll continue listening and maybe I'll jump in again. Thank you very much for having me on, Mr. Sinful.
You're always welcome here, Swiss.
Much love, Swiss.
You know we got lots of love for you.
Thank you, Quan.
But yeah, I was actually thinking here. I unfortunately this week I do need to come to a stop because I do have an errand to run here soon. So I mean, I will pose the question to any listeners. If you have any topics or like would like to continue or add on to any topics that we've covered today, just hit that request button and we'll get you up here. And yeah, even to my speakers, like if anyone wants to add what we have spoken about, you're more than welcome to. If not, perhaps we can even pass it to Argent. I did see Argent come up to speak, and she's been very patient, patiently waiting over there.
Hello, the subject was very, very interesting. And at the same time, I was working in my SoundCloud. So I have to say that I have some new music uploaded. It's fresh off the oven. And if you want to check it out, it would be great. I have two types. One is progressive, so ready for music and make it sinful, and some other people were listening while I was making it some like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, right? Do you remember, Megan? And the other one is very, very and another type of music. This is more for the people that likes electronic music, that is more like mystical and chorus and electropop, that I hope anyway you like it. I hope you like it a lot because it's part of the soundtrack of what I did on Decentraland in Cosmic Portal that I did for the Mesh fair this year.
Can you pin it to the top for us?
I don't know how to pin stuff.
Well, definitely share the music with Make, and you never know, maybe, and of course he's very good about this, and he'll ask for permission. Maybe one day he could use one of your songs for his sets, his
Yeah.
DJing.
Mm-hmm. I know, I know. Brandon is using some, so that would be dope to hear and to see what is he doing with it. And um, yeah, what I did is, as I didn't know how to fit it, I put a link in the comments to and I am in phone as well. What I did is to put in the comments the link to the post where I have the link. Sorry for that, but I hope anyway you can get it.
I added you, Arjun.
Gracias.
That's awesome. I'm happy you continued working on your music. You've been quiet, so now I know what you've been up to. You've just been perfecting the music. Good
Yeah.
good work.
Yeah, when you get, we were talking before, if you're in creative mode and so on, it's sometimes complicated, because you need your own time as well to process a lot of things at the same time. To create is something that sometimes is like brief, very simple, and sometimes it's very complicated because you have to go through a process, right? And it's true that sometimes not all these things are, especially now with what I call the fast food moment that we're living, no? That we all want a lot of content like right now. And that even when you have AI and so on and etc., if you want to let your footprint in there, it requires certain curation in process. And this sometimes is true that simple money is not valuated enough. The value is given by the people that enjoy it, and not only enjoy it, to reflect, to that you put something of yourself into the rest, because we are basically the same thing. So we can find grounds that resonate between each other. And that is the value that is the most important, at least for me, as a creator. But what I'm trying to say is also is complicated, because at the same time, if you want to have the time to do this process, to do this, the creative process of making things, um, you also have to have in mind that we still biological beings that needs basic things like money to survive. So it's complicated sometimes to how to say it. Do you know? Sometimes we were talking like a lot on this universal income that should have, it should be, and I think that if that exists, would be easier, like a way easier for creation and evolution, because all your basic needs would be covered, and not only that, you will have the time to also socialize and enjoy, and be with yourself, but also with other people in the nature, and whatever your beliefs are, and so on. But that energy into that is also like a feedback, or like an energy also that you are going to put back into your creations. So it would be very interesting if we achieve that.
Oh, most definitely. I agree. I agree. I mean, yeah, I mean, the basic substance for life, unfortunately, comes down to like money, because you need money to buy water, you need money to buy food. So, I mean, you're right. You're right. It would be interesting to get to kind of a point where like, as creatives, you don't have to worry about that. Ah, I wonder. I just wonder how. I guess on that note, I'll let you respond, and then on that note, I'm gonna start winding down the space here.
Yeah, I was going to start walking and saying, please listen my music and like it, please, please, please. No, I hope that's like a little joke, but I hope that all the people here that is going to listen my music hopefully find something that they like and they wave with.
Can you guys post some of those links, because I'm too lazy to go and search?
It's in the comments on the space, and I already added you to SoundCloud. Can't wait to ingest. Thank you, my friend.
I added you on Twitter. I don't have SoundCloud, but once I do, I will add Make and then you.
Awesome.
Gracias. You don't need SoundCloud in order to listen, but it's always to have some. Well, I find it useful to have SoundCloud for not only.
Yo uso SoundCloud para los archivos bases nada más. Así que todo bien.
Sí, correcto.
Gracias. Ahí te agregué. Si quieres, agrégame y escríbeme para estar en contacto. Y chévere que estés haciendo música. Bye.
Igual, igual.
Gracias.
Y si no sabes, también estamos conectados por el CBD, sí, Community Wilderness Underground.
Sí, perfecto. Perfecto.
Love it, love it. All right. I guess on this note, I do see a new friend, Flair and Enigma. Thank you so much for popping into the space, and I have been seeing you around Decentraland, Flair. So So don't you worry. Thank you so much for being here. And if like in the future you're ever wanting to speak or introduce yourself, you're more than welcome to. But for today, we shall close down. Unfortunately, I have to be a busy mule. I'm sorry. So any final thoughts? Let's start with Pixelia for final thoughts, comments, concerns.
I love Rustan and what he's doing. He's a fucking legend. And I want to be like Rustan when I grow up. And then right after, a little bit like one. And then I want to grill off with old guy. And then meow. That's it.
You know what, Vixalia, when I grow up, I want to be like just like Rustan too. Big love to
Time to take that, Rustan. Think about it, bro. Rustan's University, powered by Anten. Follow me for more.
We are
uh,
going to be copies of Roseanne.
bullish on the idea. All right, let's pass it over to Swissverse. Any final thoughts?
I mean, I also want to be like Rustan. I mean, painting on boobs all day sounds like a good occupation.
Oh God. Rustan, that's you're two for two. You're two for two. All right, let's pass it over to Quan. Quan, do you want when you grow up, do you want to be just like Rustan? Actually,
Exactly like Rustan. Exactly
uh,
like Rustan.
Patent pending, patent pending. You heard it from Pixelia first.
Yeah, let me sign up. Where do I sign up, bro? Yeah, just keep creating. Keep exploring. Share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your creations, and yeah, let's fucking get it, bro. We all gonna make it. Let's do it.
I mean, somebody give the mic to Rustan, please.
Please, I'll jump out for real.
Are we rugging?
oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Was I speaking? Oh shit. I was saying that he hasn't been able to get up here. His mic won't let him join, or but but he hears you. He hears you. He just DM'd me like I can't join. I'm sorry. Let's pass it over to Argent for your final thoughts. And when you grow up, would you like to be just like Rustan?
Yeah, I'm slowly converting myself into a clone of Roseanne, and I think we all should. The problem is when we all get that, what will going to happen with the original Roseanne?
He evolves into a it,
If he evolves, we have to evolve too with him. So because we are copies.
yes, we just evolve at a slower pace. Like, of course, we can never be as good as the original.
I mean, we he probably can start a clone war like Star Wars clones, something like that. That are part of my final thoughts. The other thing is that I put a link directly to Drive into the comment section in here to my SoundCloud because I still don't know how to pin. Sorry.
Thank you, Arjun. And go ahead, Mick.
Oh, my bad. I was trying to help Argent pin. But either way, yes, I want to be like Rustan. I'm grateful for Rustan. Can't wait to see what happens next. Keep finding ways to welcome your people around what you're doing. I mean, I think that's the best way to keep this party rocking. Shout out to Ocean. He might have just checked out, but absolutely awesome creator down there. Mew, what an adventure, man. I can't wait till we get everybody back and figure out what we're doing for the CBD and throw in some more fucking parties. Let's go. Love y'all.
Hell yeah, I'm definitely excited for what we can put together with CBD. We'll definitely have to like start looking around and seeing if there are any like beast like 3D creators that want to like contribute anything to like the build, or like what, even like the option is open to even like if they would like to make a beast build as well, like they definitely open. And we have devs in CVD that could help them like with some tips and tricks and putting it together, because Decentraland is always Decentralanding.
Yeah, and they're coming out with their own games, so they might have some sort of template or something. But either way, I can't wait to see what we cook up as a family and celebrate the CBD for what it is, which is a bunch of people trying to build the future together. Brandon, I don't know if you heard, but last night, buddy, we absolutely rocked your tune, Buffalo track, and it was shouted out beforehand. You're the fucking man.
He is the fucking man. I miss you, Brandon. Thank you for popping in today. We're just closing down here. We're about to get Sav's final thoughts, comments, and concerns, and or concerns.
For a
Sav,
moment, I
oh,
have
go
to
ahead.
say that I have for the fun things. For a moment, I have to say that I was blocked while I was trying to share the link, to pin it. I was blocked by X, and I was, recovering at the same time from that block. Just right now.
Oh, are you all recovered?
Yeah, I'm good now. But I was thinking, wow, no, I'm not going to try without asking Meg or Simple how to do this in the future.
You have to do it on your phone. You just basically you go to the post that you want to share and you click on the share button, and all the way at the top you'll see like share to Sinful Space or something like that. Let me look directly. It says share for me. It says share to your space. Like it's yeah, it's an option. You'll see like a little like microphone, little gray microphone next to it. But I mean, it's better that you shared it in the comments, because after this space is closed, it will anything up on the top will disappear. So, but everything in the comments will stay.
Gracias. I still don't see that microphone, but anyway, it's okay.
Well, um well, either way, like I
We'll
think
get it worked out. We
yeah,
got you, Arjun. I'll take a screenshot and show you. But basically, if you click on one of your posts where it's like up, like you were gonna send a message, it's right on top where it says share post. It's a community building hashtag Decentraland with a little mic right above. Say you wanted to send it in a group chat. Let me take a screenshot before you close. Sorry, Sinful. Okay, I got it. We'll get you sorted. Thank you.
Gracias.
yeah, and on that note, thank you everyone for being here today for the last almost 3 hours. Thank you for the conversation and all the different questions and topics that we've covered today. Um, and I really appreciate your time, every single one of you. I really appreciate that you popped in to have a listen today. Keep an eye out for Beyond the NFT this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Our guest will be our good friend Odd Job. Um, we're going to be kind of ramping up to kind of like preparing for our CBD space over at Far House, which is like the Farcaster Protocol's like Twitter space. And yeah, we're hoping to make some new friends over there and invite some new friends over here to CBD and kind of continue growing together. So yeah, thank you everyone, and take care, and be yourselves, because that is the best person you can be. Love you all, and
Jesus, amazing space today. I really enjoyed today's space. Thank you all for being here. Masca, I see you on the rise. How are ya? What up, Vita TV? We have the Fermion, the one and only Fermion, wearing her altcoin radio shirt, panda hat, and smacking on 2 diamonds. Really appreciate you. I see you, Betfiend, with your mushroom head. That's actually a pretty sick mushroom head. I love it. Hugh Pow, thank you for always rocking those mews. I love looking over at your avatar and just seeing the Mew aura. Really appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. Marika, thank you for being here. Fabio, mucho gusto. Gracias por estar aquí, mi amigo. Chris, thank you for being here. Scatline Rock, you know I love you, Scat. Can't wait for like the next interview or next kind of like panel that you put together. I know that for CBD you wanted to put a panel together, and yeah, let's definitely start putting everything together for this. And who's over there? Who's over there that I haven't said hi to or thanked? Kairos, thank you, Kairos. Oh, I see you rocking your altcoin radio, um, your headphones and cassette player. Much love, much love. Let's see who else. Where? I think that's it. I think that's it. All right, everyone. I'm gonna close down here for the day, or for now. I'll be back way later tonight. I gotta go run some errands. So yeah. Love you all. Thank you once again for the millionth time. And take care. I'll be back later. We'll hang out.